is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm the host, Harvey Freed. Alongside of me, my co-host, Harry Glanz.
Good morning, Harv. How you doing today?
Fantastic. Good morning, Harry. Good to see you. Of course, we're bringing our special guest, Stephanie Janiga, with Keller Williams and Novi. Hey, Steph. How you doing?
Hi there. Hey, guys.
All right. Your second appearance on our live Facebook feed, so it's great to have you.
She was on the initial Facebook feed,
Yeah,
wasn't
it
she?
came off really well.
Yeah, that was our pilot edition. It came off so well that we invited Stephanie back because she just makes us look so good.
She makes us look a lot better. But
and
she's
the
got
knowledge she has, Harv.
There you go.
Crazy knowledge.
Having a professional real estate agent in is what makes the show to me. I always love having you, Steph, because you bring a lot of knowledge. And, of course, we're involved in a couple transactions always each month, which is fun to talk about. Maybe even without giving names or specifics, a couple of things that we have going on out there are pretty interesting. If you're buying or selling real estate, you definitely want to give us a phone call here on the show. Stephanie's got tons of great information. And, again, we can answer all those questions for you at 248-539-9797. Want to throw out there also, you can call Capital Mortgage Funding all day long at 1-800-LOW-RATE. That's 1-800-569-7283. And again, if you ever want to appear on the show here, we have a lot of real estate agents on calls during the week. They talk about wanting to get here and maybe giving their expertise, but definitely give Capital Mortgage a call. You can get in touch with myself or Bobby at the office. And
hey, listen, if you're a realtor, if you're a financial planner, if you're an appraiser, and you want to come on the show, there's no better show to come on and, expand the knowledge base of all our listeners, even teach us a thing or two, because after 25, 27 years, we still can learn a whole lot. And, Harv, today marks the day. It's what is this, May 13th?
Yes.
Finally, maybe the weather's broken.
I hope so.
Maybe Stephanie's going to tell us that how inventories are picking up and what the action is out there. There are so many buyers out there looking now, and the calls to the office on purchase agreements and what we're doing at the office in terms of setting closing dates, and we're closing loans anywhere between 25 and 40 days on average. Our average is about 32 days. You hear all these horror stories out there. It doesn't have to be that hard. And Stephanie, the action out there right now in the purchase market with all the buyers that are out there with finally the weather breaking is tremendous.
Well, definitely. And this is really a good time to get out there for these buyers, especially the people who have been shopping around for a little bit and who have had such a tough time finding properties. It's starting to loosen up. The time has come. The weather's breaking. We're getting more inventory. So you've got more options. It's not as tough as it was, even a month ago.
There are a lot of factors that play into that. First of all, the kids are going to be out of school around the 10th, 12th, 15th of June. That's number one. Number two is when the weather is bad, it's tough to clean up your house inside. Now you're just not motivated to do it. There's nowhere to take the junk out, until the snow and rain stops. So you can go and take it to, have somebody pick it up, take it somewhere, have Salvation Army pick it up, or go drop the stuff off when you donate it somewhere. So right now is a perfect day. There'll be plenty of people cleaning out their houses to, before they contact you, because you don't want to list a house that's not in proper shape, or as Harvey likes to say, Harvey, go ahead.
Properly staged.
Properly staged. He loves that word, staging.
I like the word staging.
You got to stage.
That's his favorite word. So you have to stage it properly. It has to look good, because the better a house looks, the easier it's going to sell.
Well, you're right, Harry, and I find that a lot of people who have nice properties or nice landscaping or live on the water, a lot of them, they don't want to list in the early spring because it's still kind of yucky looking, and they're waiting.
That's the
May.
term I was looking for.
Yucky
looking.
Technical term.
Yeah.
Yucky's good. Also, I like where you went with it, Harry, because now that it's mid-May, it's actually the timing, because there is a little bit of scare out there, and we keep getting pushback on it. We have one transaction too where they've actually moved forward with the purchase, but the seller basically has to find a house. So although we don't really have a specific closing date until the seller's out there, now she knows our transaction's moving along really well, but she needs to go find a house, and she has some real specific criteria in what she's looking for. So it gets real sticky with timing.
It's a little sticky, but we're good with timing them together. At times we make offers contingent on the buyer's home selling. So this is just a little bit different. Right now we walked into this transaction saying, we'll step back. We'll give you a minute, Mr. Seller, to go find a property. So the contingency's on the other end. But thankfully, these buyers have a little bit of time. They're patient. They're not chomping at the bit to get out. So it's working out well, and they're going to end up in the house that's really right for them.
Yeah, like I said, that the contingency is actually flipped over to the other. It's contingent upon the seller finding something and not like the buyer having to sell their house. Really interesting.
Yeah, everybody assumes that the seller wants to get out right away. And we in the mortgage industry, and maybe you guys don't have to speak for the entire real estate industry, we assume everybody wants to close right away because that's just the nature of our business. The progression of our transaction is let's get it done, let's get it done, let's get it done. Sometimes sellers don't want to move because where are they going to go? Right? Where are they going to go?
Well, there's always that fear of I don't want to sell because I know it's easy to sell right now. Market's up. They're afraid they're not going to find something to purchase. So it's just time to get creative, think outside the box a little bit. It's okay to throw some contingencies in there, and really work around people's timetables and timeframes.
Right. Worst comes to worst again. And we're going to talk about that later in the show. A few other things there. If some families are into new construction, of course, the winter was quite mild. However, new construction's tricky and sometimes grades aren't done. Concrete's not poured. The electrician hasn't come back out to finish some hanging of the lights and things of that nature. So again, timing plays a major factor in any transaction, and dealing with the right families, the right people out there in the professional real estate world, whether you're a real estate agent or mortgage people, it's all key to really making that process go smooth. Doggone it. Hey, the housing market is very affordable. So get out there and get that approval letter. Want to throw it out there that you can call Capital Mortgage Funding at 1-800-LOW-RATE. We have an office full of qualified loan officers that will show you the whole process from A to Z. And again, there's no obligation. If you just want to give us a phone call and start learning where you can fit into this home buying season, we're there to give you some great information. Steph, a lot of stuff regarding home affordability right now. Of course, people are back to work. Unemployment's at all-time lows. They've talked about some wage growth moving in the right direction. There's a lot of buyers out there. There's no doubt about that.
And the interest rates are still low. I mean, where do you guys see those going right now? Because they really are still, they're extremely low still. Yeah. And the whole fear has been that they're going up. But
well, they're at 1965 lows.
Yeah.
Okay, so these were the same rates that we had in 1965. So they're
51 years ago.
That's right. So where are they going to go? I've always said it. I'm a downside risk manager anyway, so I always tell you that the propensity for rates is to go up. However, is that if you're in the market right now and you can afford to buy a house, go ahead and buy it because rates might never be this low again. You can't count on that. So what we can count on is, rates can do three things. They go up, down, or stay the same. I'm leaning in the camp where they're going to be steady for a while, then start to go up. Things are very good. As Harvey said, unemployment is down. Jobs are up. And the money that people are making, they're spending the money. Now, we don't want to see people go back into charging up a lot of credit card debt, but student loans are at all-time highs. People have to pay back student loans. There could be some student loan relief coming up. But if you have people that are coming out of college or, in their first, second job and they have to pay back student loans, we do have to count that against them in their debt-to-income ratio. But don't run up the credit cards. That's the biggest, roadblock to people buying houses, consumer debt. So we see that people running up their MasterCard, Visa, all their, their Lowe's, Home Depot cards, Neiman Marcus, if you shop at Somerset. But, that really stops people, prevents them from buying a house. But other than that, we're seeing a lot of interest in the market and home values right now. Property values have increased significantly in the last 2.5, 3 years. And what we're finding is that on one end, the sellers are making money, but then when they go to buy a new house, remember, they're paying for it on the other end. Mm-hmm. So, what's the net gain? It just all depends on what you're looking for. If you're looking to downsize, the net gain is a lot higher. Yeah. But if you're looking to either stay the same or go up, listen, I'm telling you just have to do what you can afford. Yeah. That's always said that. You have to do what you can afford. This isn't buying a suit or a dress or when you're a little kid. You can't grow into it. Right. And it's not either you can afford it or you can't afford it. Now, if you're in a position where 3, 5, 7 years down the road, and that's how long you're going to stay in the house, that your income is going to steadily increase. I like to know if my income is going to steadily increase. If people know that, that's fine. I've never been one to say, hey, grow into a mortgage. Now, should you buy a little more than you can afford because that is the place you want to be and raise your family for the next 10, 15, 20 years?
Story.
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, we have some strategies on that we'll talk about also.
But we talk about the individual plan that we have for people. We have to know what people's goals and objectives are. 30 years ago, I heard Rick Bloom on the air. Rick Bloom's a legend, okay? Legendary financial planner. 30 years ago, he was on the air. He said, you have to have a plan, and all plans are designed for individuals or specific families. Nobody has the same plan. And that's how we do our planning at Capital Mortgage Funding.
All right, U.S. median income, they reported $68,000 now. So the national median income has gone up a little bit. And the national median home price, it also just actually ticked down a smidge, but it's $245,000. That buys you a lot of house in Southeast Michigan. So again, if you're thinking about becoming a homeowner, just give Capital Mortgage a call. We'll start you off real slow. It starts off with credit and a plan and the whole process so we can really sit you down and show you how to do things the right way. So tons of information to share with you today. Steph, did you want to jump in on that one at all? On the timing of I put better process is a more enjoyable experience. And boy, so often it's so fun when you really have that process that went really smooth. So I think just laying it all out, having a professional like yourself, just really laying out what's going to take place and all the timing along the way just makes all the difference.
Exactly. Like you said, just having a plan to it and really listening to your clients. It's not just hopping in, let's just get this sold or let's just buy a house real quick, but really figuring out what their time frame is, what's important to them. Financially, the last thing I want to do is get somebody into a house where they're house poor and that's all
No.
It's just being realistic and really watching out for them.
Yeah, I've got to bring it up. Property values. 2 weeks ago, we had Mike Tomczyk on, and he talked about property values. He talked about the fact that, listen, if you're buying a house in the spring or the summer, he's pulling comparables from the winter time. We all know in Michigan, wintertime is not the most most advantageous time for property values, but it is advantageous to buy a house because property prices tend to go down in the wintertime. People normally put houses on the market in the wintertime and have people traipse through their houses because they need to sell the house. So they often there's a little bit of a concession there. So now what we're seeing is the homes that have sold in March, April, and early May are coming in on the appraisals. So we're seeing those values come up. We've had very few, relatively speaking, appraisal issues. And we said the national average the last 2 years in 2015, 2016 was 20% of the appraised values came in lower than the purchase price.
That seems high to me.
That's the national average.
I'm not experiencing that.
East Coast, West Coast. Here in Michigan, it was about 11% in the same time frame. And then here, specifically at Capital Mortgage Funding, it's maybe about 3 or 4%.
All right, we got tons to share with you.
Our area is really flourishing in property value.
It's a great time to buy a house right here in Southeast Michigan. When we come back, we're going to show you how to do it. Some helpful tips. 248-539-9797. We'll be right back.
Did you know there's more than one Las Vegas? There's the Strip with families on vacation and questionable odds. Then there's downtown Vegas, the original gambling and entertainment mecca. That's where you'll find the D Las Vegas. Book your stay at thed.com. The D Las Vegas, your home for Detroit sports in Vegas.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Do you have your eyes on a new home but need to sell your home first? It's warming up and summer's right around the corner. If you're going to sell your home, you don't want to wait. Your competition will be listing soon. Listing now means more money in your pocket. Mark Z here with Keller Williams, and now is the time to sell. The Z Guarantee allows you the comfort of knowing that if your home doesn't sell, I'll step up and buy it myself.
Get the Z Guarantee. Call Mark Z. Call 844-SOLD-BY-Z.
At Bordines, Mother's Day is bigger, better, bloomier.
It sure is, Fiona, because for the last 78 years, Bordines has grown some of Mom's all-time favorite gifts.
And this year, we have some big savings on those Bordine-grown gifts.
Select hydrangea bursting with balloons are 30% off.
Mum's favorite geraniums, 6-inch pots, normally $11.99, now $9.99.
And take 25% off our entire selection of tropical mandevilla vines.
So come visit us at Bordines.
Hi, I'm Calvin Bordine, inviting you to Bordine's Patio Shop, filled with amazing home decor and beautiful garden accessories that make perfect gifts for Mom.
Corinthian Bell wind chimes are 25% off.
And there's big spring savings on stylish patio furniture from Jensen, North Cape, and Hannement, all 50% off.
And the best gift of all, a Bordine gift card.
Available in stores and online at Bordines.com.
So come visit us in Rochester Hills, Clarkston, Grand Blanc, and Brighton.
Right now, at the Jeep Drive and Discover event, you can discover the 4x4 capability of Jeep Cherokee, the class-exclusive MySky open-air roof system of Jeep Renegade, and why the most awarded SUV ever is Jeep Grand Cherokee. Because when you take one drive in the most awarded SUV brand, you'll discover why the whole world is your backyard. Hurry in for great deals now at the Jeep Drive and Discover event. During 10 days to deal, financing at an additional $1,000 bonus cash on the purchase of a 2017 Jeep Cherokee, plus other incentives. Visit your local Jeep brand dealer and discover great deals on the entire 2017 Jeep brand lineup. Available features based on Jeep brand small SUV segmentation. Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Jeep brand have received more awards over their lifetime than any other SUV or SUV brand. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers will qualify. Residency restrictions apply. Offer ends 5/21/17. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
If your man cave has 4 tires and a steering wheel, then CarQuest Auto Parts is for you. If you turn your radio down so you can hear your engine hum, then CarQuest is for you. That's because CarQuest Auto Parts is for those who really know and care about their car. CarQuest carries BWD engine parts. BWD, making parts that meet or exceed original equipment parts for over 90 years. CarQuest is serious auto parts. Visit CarQuest.com.
This Mother's Day, let Jared turn your feelings into jewelry. Jewelry that tells her she's the best thing that ever happened to you. In a way that goes beyond words. It could be a piece jewelry designers created just for Jared. Or a piece we custom made just for you. Because we're more than a store that sells beautiful jewelry. We're jewelers. The one unique gift that makes her Mother's Day unforgettable. That's why he went to Jared.
It's time to commit to your weight loss goals. iRemove can help. This powerful weight loss supplement is unlike anything else on the market. iRemove has been scientifically proven to help people lose up to 3 times more weight than dieting alone. It's simple to use, offers great flexibility, and it works with a gentle plant-based action so it won't harm your body with ongoing use. iRemove provides real weight loss for real life. Visit BMISmart.com and learn how iRemove can support and multiply your weight loss efforts.
Hey guys, it's Dominic Hennig here for Inside Sports Medicine with Dr. Jeff Pierce. Join us this Sunday morning as we talk sports medicine with former NFL and University of Michigan wide receiver Braylon Edwards. This Sunday from 8 to 9 a.m. on 97.1 The Ticket.
Building a world-class sports station in a world-class sports city.
97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. If you're out there just definitely trying to buy a house, we've got all sorts of helpful tips. Stephanie Janiga joins us from Keller Williams, which is great to have you always. And when inventory is tight like this, attempting to purchase a house definitely could be overwhelming. There's a lot of things that you have to get really figured out, including the approval letter, which we talk so often about. But there's other things too, Steph, I wanted to talk about. Other than the approval letter, identifying like your neighborhood and getting really specific with your needs list. I know from talking to the agents, that's really the key to really focusing on specific homes.
I was just thinking about that too. So yeah, you can get creative. You know, when inventory's tight and you're feeling like there's nothing out there, there are different ways to think outside the box and start looking for houses. You know, if you haven't been on like ForSaleByOwner.com or looking on, Zillow or something for sale by owners, Make Me Move. That's a whole nother section on there where people are like putting their houses up, but they're not quite on the market yet. We're doing a lot of coming soon listings.
Okay,
so if you start, looking for coming soon listings, like we're posting them on our website. These are houses that are not listed yet. They're not, they don't have a ton of buyers going after them. They don't have multiple offers. And I do have people that are getting in before it's listed.
Right.
So
and a seller could actually even give you a phone call and sort of give you the heads up saying, look, I hear the problem is I'm going to have trouble finding a house. Not trouble selling the house, but maybe finding another one. Could you give me a feeling with how many days on the market I would expect to have my house?
Which is reverse of the way it used to be.
Yeah.
By the way, you used to have to sell the house before you buy. People aren't worried about selling the house.
No.
Not in this day and age.
No, they're more worried about finding it.
Just finding that new one.
Yes. But you can target, like if you are specific, like you said, about what you're looking for and you really know, you target that neighborhood, you target that subdivision or that condo complex and send a letter to the homeowners, go door knock it.
Steph, don't you find most people are extremely anxious during the home looking process? I mean, they want to, I'm sure you see it both ways. You have people that you take in your car and you show them 60 different houses and, nothing's good enough. But most of the time what we feel and what we see is that, people have already looked in the neighborhood. They've looked with you, they're looking around, and then they're jumping when they see a property instead of being patient and waiting and really checking the market out and doing their homework. What are you finding?
Well, the same thing, and it's just kind of the rush of the market right now. It's the speed of everything, and yes, houses are going so quickly that you've got to be prepared. When you find something you really do like, you've got to hop on it. But yeah, you want to step back and make sure that you're not getting into like a bidding war. You're getting emotional about it and overpaying for the property.
It is an emotional experience. It's going to be the biggest purchase people buy in their lifetime. The majority of individuals are going to pay. This is the largest transaction of their life. And they tend to, really jump in and not think about the things that could cost them the most amount of money in the future. For example, we always say, Stephanie, that we don't like it if somebody wants to waive the contingency on an inspection. We believe an inspection is a vital part of when you're into that agreement, and you have to make sure that house is structurally sound, and you have to protect yourself. If somebody wants to waive an appraisal contingency now, and they're willing to come up with the additional funds, I don't have a problem with that so much, but they have to understand that that's their obligation. It's not the lender's obligation or the realtor's obligation.
Yes.
But waiving an inspection, to me, is just a recipe for disaster. Now, somebody called in and, Dan mentioned it, Dan Dubinsky. He mentioned it last week where if you're buying a loft or you're buying a condominium and, there might be an exception. I'm not a big believer in that. I want everything checked out, but there might be a slight exception. There are, it's the exception rather than the rule. I am very big on a home inspection because that way you have somebody working for you that's checking out the property.
Yeah. I'm huge on home inspections. I always push the buyers to have them. The only exception, I think, would be like an investor who's going to flip a house who does this for a living. They walk through homes. They know what to look for. But if you're a buyer, you have that home inspection, and don't get cheap on it. It blows my mind when they want to save $100 on the home inspection and they go with a horrible home inspector. Yeah. And now you've got thousands of dollars of surprises, down the road.
Well, we talked about a few things about home inspections in the past. It's a great topic. 248-539-9797 if you just want to join us. You can also call a roofing company ahead of time and say, hey, look, I want to have you on standby. If you can get out and check out a house, I'm looking at a couple of them. Can you get out there and tell me the quality of the roof? You need access to the attics and some other things. Also, heating and cooling guys will come out to the property for $75. They'll even put a new furnace filter in sometimes and really do an inspection on the heating and cooling system. So you can have professional people in those trades actually go to the house.
Well, that's part of setting up your team, right, Harvey? That's part of doing the homework up front, setting up your team. You have to get with a group of individuals that's on your team. So when you are locked in and ready to buy that house, you're on go. Like you said, you can't waste the time. Once you identify that property, you've got to be prepared to go ahead and do your due diligence and take that step forward.
Yeah, I wrote down, Steph, that in here, you got to decide quickly, though. You definitely have to be, I think, out there in today's marketplace. You're not really driving around because you're going to be buying a house in August. Not now. It's just not that type of market anymore. So you're out there. Your decisions are to move forward now. A couple other things. Do you have the knowledge? That's one of the questions I always ask families. Do you have the knowledge to even get in the car and start looking at these homes? As your needs list really tightened up, and I think one of the top things that we see on most families' needs list is the school district.
Oh, schools are huge.
Yeah, so that's going to be probably the tops on most families. And then, of course, the knowledge. If you waive some contingencies, it could be costly mistakes. So you do have to have that knowledge behind you. Do you want to comment on that?
Yeah, you've got to make sure that you can back those contingencies.
Yeah,
I've been in a situation before where somebody put up an appraisal guarantee and never checked for the funds to be there, essentially. So when that appraisal came in lower than what they expected, they didn't have the money for it.
Ends up being a big waste of time for a lot of different people in a transaction like that. Again, we're going to take your calls all morning long at 248-539-9797. If you're buying the house, if you're refinancing, if you've got anything to say about mortgages or real estate, we always like to hear from you. Working with great agents is the way to go. Of course, real estate agents are local, and the knowledge you're going to have when you sit down with a real estate agent who works that specific area, that's the key to probably starting off and working with the right people. Most of the agents, I would say, including yourself, you work the Tri-County area real heavily, but also Livingston County. I know that you're out in Livingston and Washtenaw. So it's more of about a 6 to 7, maybe even 8 county area when you're meeting most real estate agents around here.
Yeah, we're heavily working about 5 counties. We're in Macomb, Oakland, Livingston, Washtenaw, Wayne. But yeah, I mean, we've got the data out there to do it. But yes, you do want to get somebody that actually knows the area and can, know those intricate details.
Yeah, I would tell you, great real estate agents, Harvey and Stephanie knows this because she's out and about. They know the area. They network in that area. They're holding events. They're attending, open houses. They're going on, Thursdays when they go view new properties, and they're really in tune with what the market's going on. And they're working hard. They work long hours. They talk to a lot of people on the phone. They're meeting with a lot of people. They're gathering their data and all their information, so they're knowledgeable about what's going on in the market. Yeah. And in today's market, look, it's not like any other. It's not unlike any other service business. You have to know the area. You have to know the clients. You have to know the ups and downs of what's going on a particular property. There are real estate agents I talk to on a daily basis. They've known the last 2, 3, 4 owners of that specific property. They know the history of that property. So when they're showing that property, they're walking in and they're giving the highlights, the features and benefits of that property. They know the neighborhood. They know the schools. They know the shopping. They know how long it takes to get from point A to point B. Most of them live in the communities in which they sell real estate in. So the bottom line is, again, it's assembling your team and it's assembling the knowledge base that you need. No matter what area you're going to buy in, there's a group of people that know that area better than other people. That's not to say that I couldn't sell a house in Grosse Pointe. I just don't know that area as well as a Grosse Pointe agent. Yes, I'm a licensed. I do have a license, but I don't sell real estate. But I figure, I better be licensed for the last 30-some years if I'm going to talk about real estate on the air. But I'm not a real estate agent. I don't play one on the radio.
All right, when we come back, tons to share with you, including a whole bunch of mortgage programs that you might not have known about. We have zero down programs, low money down programs. When we come back, all that information, keep it here.
When it comes to selling your Southeast Michigan home, you need a team you can trust. Trust the official real estate team of the Detroit Tigers. Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. Whether buying or selling a home here in Southeast Michigan, you can hit a home run by working with the official home selling team of the Tigers. But don't just take it from me.
I'm Dennis King.
And I'm Haven King. I heard the advertisement for Jeff Glover, and we gave him a call. He put our house on the market on a Monday.
On Tuesday, we had 10 showings.
The house sold in 1 week.
I'm an architect and a management consultant, and I've worked with a lot of real estate people in my career. Jeff, hands down, is one of the best.
We'd recommend Jeff to anybody who's looking to sell a home in today's market.
Homeowners who sell their homes with Jeff Glover get an average 98% of their asking price and sell their home in an average of 23 days. Call Jeff Glover and Associates today at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at housesoldname.com. Jeff Glover and Associates are the official real estate team of the Detroit Tigers and proud to support their new foundation, Glover's Hometown Heroes. Realtor Jeff Glover. A house sold name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
Come celebrate spring at Ray Wiegand's Nursery, where the flowers of spring are blooming just in time for Mother's Day. Ray Wiegand's Nursery experts can help you create the best gardens and landscapes for your home. Brighten your home this Mother's Day with our gorgeous 10-inch proven winner hanging baskets. Regularly $26.99, now only $16.99. Over 35% off. And all of our beautiful 10-inch geranium porch pots, normally $34.99, now just $24.99. Over 25% off. Give Mom a gift of beauty that will last for years. Our entire selection of roses are buy one, get the second of equal value, half off. And all 1, 2, and 3 gallon size perennials are all 25% off. And there's great savings on much more. Be sure to visit our website at WeegandsNursery.com. Remember, for the best quality, selection, value, and service, buy direct from the nursery. Ray Wiegand's Nursery, since 1941. In Macomb Township, on Romeo Plank Road, we make it worth the drive.
Right now, at the Jeep Drive and Discover event, you can discover the 4x4 capability of Jeep Cherokee, the class exclusive My Sky open air roof system of Jeep Renegade, and why the most awarded SUV ever is Jeep Grand Cherokee. Because when you take one drive in the most awarded SUV brand, you'll discover why the whole world is your backyard. Hurry in for great deals now at the Jeep Drive and Discover event. During 10 days to deal, financing at an additional $1,000 bonus cash on the purchase of a 2017 Jeep Cherokee, plus other incentives. Visit your local Jeep brand dealer and discover great deals on the entire 2017 Jeep brand lineup. Available features based on Jeep brand small SUV segmentation. Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Jeep brand have received more awards over their lifetime than any other SUV or SUV brand. Financing for well-qualified buyers through Chrysler Capital. Not all buyers are qualified. Residency restrictions apply. Offer ends 5/21/17. Jeep is a registered trademark of FCA US LLC.
Fluffy pancake maker, lost toy finder, busted knee fixer, flashcard flipper, crepe paper twister, commander of the carpool, nighttime tucker-inner. No wonder Mom fell asleep watching TV at night. This Mother's Day, give her a TV so good, she might actually stay awake.
Head to ABC Warehouse and get $400 off an LG 4K 65-inch smart TV, now just $798. Hurry, the Pay Bomb Back Sale ends Saturday. ABC Warehouse, the closest thing to wholesale.
Hi, I'm Doug Manns with Manns Lumber and Millwork. You've probably heard me talk about Trex decking and how we can help you build the deck of a lifetime. But we do so much more than that. No matter what home improvement project you're working on, chances are we can help you. Bring in your pictures, drawings, sketches, ideas, or blueprints. And let us start by value engineering your project. Whether you're building a brand new home, remodeling your kitchen or bath, installing new windows and doors, or adding new hardwood floors, we can help you with all that. Man's Lumber and Millwork, doing it right for 117 years.
24 Seconds Bar and Grill in Berkeley is the place to be for everything sports. Saturday, catch UFC 211, Miocic versus Dos Santos 2. Be sure to jump on the shuttle to Friday and Saturday games at Comerica Park. Book early and save money. 24 Seconds in Berkeley. 24secondsbar.com.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
We're brought to you by Guardian Alarm. Tigers lose by touchdown to the Angels, 7-0. Matt Shoemaker shuts them out. He has a .83 lifetime earned run average against Detroit. Jordan Zimmerman lit up for 5 runs and 10 hits and giving up runs in 4 of his 6 innings. Anibal Sanchez giving up a 2-run dinger in the ninth. 9:07 tonight, 97 when The Ticket has it for you. Daniel Norris on the mound. Tigers now at an even 500. Lions assigned 8 of their draft picks, including the first 2. That's first rounder Jared Davis, linebacker of Florida, and second rounder Tease Tabor. Meanwhile, Yal Larry, the former Lion Hall of Famer, has died at the age of 86. He was part of 3 championship teams. John Wall, triple, 3.5 seconds left, gives the Wizards a 92-91 win over the Celtics, sending the series back to Boston for Game 7 Monday. Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals in the Stanley Cup playoffs goes the way of Nashville 3-2 over Anaheim. That one at Anaheim at the Players' Championship. Louis Oosthuizen and Kyle Stanley co-leaders for 2 rounds. Jordan Spieth misses the cut. Top-ranked Dustin Johnson and number 2 Rory McIlroy are 5 back. At the Ticket Update desk, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 97.1theticket.com.
The baseball team that Detroiters love most. The Detroit Tigers live here. 97.1 The Ticket.
Welcome back to the show, 9:33. If you just joined us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm Harvey Freed. Harry Glenn's next to me. Stephanie Janigo with Keller Williams. Great to always have you, Steph. Right before the break, I started talking about some low down payment programs. Rural development loans are really awesome, and they're available in the Tri-County area. Now, they're not really for cities. It's rural development. So it's on the outskirts of Oakland County, northern Macomb County, areas of Wayne County. But then all these other counties, the entire counties are in them, including Jackson, Monroe. Hey, do you live in St. Clair County, Huron, Sanilac, Midland, Clare, Oscoda? I wrote all these down so I would start learning them all. Alcona County, just outside. These are all zero down. You know, you could live just on the outskirts of town and get a house for zero down. It's a great, great program.
I just pulled up the map for rural development loans the other day. I had a property I was listing, and I'm like, it was kind of borderline. I didn't know, and I always think rural. No, and to me, this is like the city of Brighton. I was like, wow, it actually fell into the map. And once I saw the map, I'm like, holy cow, this actually spans a much wider range than I really thought it did. So I'm going to start tapping into that more and using the RD loans. Those are really good.
It's a great program. A little bit more work on our side, but typically a transaction can close between 30 and 45 days. Those are great loans because they're zero down and there's very low PMI on it. Also, seller concessions are allowed on rural development loans, so you don't need a whole lot of money. Now, there are income limits, but just a great, great program. Also, VA loans, of course, zero down are fantastic. And then all the 3% down conventional and 3.5% down FHA loans. We have so much to share with you. And let's start things off here. We've got Nicole calling in from Warren, so we'll take your call. Hey, Nicole, good morning. Welcome to our show.
Good morning. Hi, how are you?
Morning, Nicole.
Good. Just a really quick question. I'm trying to purchase a condo, and I'm using it as an investment property. I'm just going to freshen it up and use it to rent.
Okay.
And I tried to go through a large mortgage company, and at the end of it, they told me that they're not able to process the loan because the cost to close the loan exceeds the allowable amount to close the loan.
What's that have to do with you?
Yeah.
What's that have to do with your
I don't know.
qualifications? Right?
Hey, Nicole, how much is the unit, by the way? What is it?
I'm sorry?
How much is the
What's
purchase
the purchase
price?
price?
$60,000.
Okay, and what's the mortgage amount you're looking to get?
48.
40.
40. She's putting-
Well, you got to put down 20% down if it's investment, right? So you're going to put down 12,000.
Yes.
All right, so 48,000, and well, I can tell you some good news. We offer those type of transactions at Capital Mortgage Funding, so we can make your life really easy. Condos are tricky, but also good purchases.
Nicole, have you checked the bylaws just to make sure that you're allowed to rent this property out?
No, I have not, but I do know that there's several other properties in my condo association that are being rented out by other people.
Okay.
I would check into that sooner than later because sometimes there are limits to how many rentals can be in the complex.
Yeah, condos get real Nicole, condos are cool, but they're tricky, especially with the association fee when you're going to rent it out. So just curious.
Yeah, but there seems to be, Harvey, more to the story, and we need everything so we can check it out so it doesn't come down to the last minute. So you were in process for, say, 4 to 5 weeks, and all of a sudden at the last minute, somebody came back and said they couldn't close the transaction.
Well, yeah, thankfully it's only been a week and a half.
Oh, well, that's good. So they didn't string you along that bad. Okay, I'm happy about that. So when is the alleged closing date?
The estimated closing date they actually gave me was June 18th, so that is what I told the seller.
Okay. And does the seller seem to be easy to work with? I mean, will they give you an extension if need be?
I haven't spoken to her very much, but she actually made a comment saying that she was going to speak with her lawyer because she wanted it a little bit sooner.
Okay, well, why don't
when
we do
I
this?
originally spoken with her, I told her I would have to mortgage the property.
Right.
And I said, so you know that means at least 30 days. And she said, oh, no, that's okay. But, now I get a message saying, well,
Yeah, the best
I was
advice
hoping to
I
have
give
it a
you.
little sooner. So
The best advice we
I'm
can
not
give you right
quite
now
sure.
is that we need to see all the documents, and if you get them to Harvey, and Harvey will call you after the show, we'll take a look at it. We'll put a SWAT team on it right away and take a look at it. We're going to have 3 or 4 sets of eyes take a look at it because we want to make sure everything is done properly.
Sounds doable, though.
Did they order an appraisal yet?
No.
All right, that's good. That's a good sign too.
All
So,
right. And
all
if
right,
we got started, Monday's the 15th, so we still got just over 30 days. You
Be
got
fine.
Memorial Day. I think you're good time-wise. I bet we could hook you up.
if it goes without a hitch, you should be able to close. We could even close it early if it goes without a hitch.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for the call, Nicole. We appreciate it. And thanks for not throwing that other mortgage bank under the bus. Yeah, that was nice of you not to.
Yeah, don't mention names. It's not cool to mention
We love
names.
that. We love that. You don't even have to throw them under the bus.
We don't- we
We're
don't
good
want
at doing that sometimes anyways.
Hey, we don't want to get thrown under the bus.
No, we don't. Hey, there's a lot of helpful tips out of there for homeowners. And again, potential homeowners. Strengthen your credit scores. Obviously, one of the best things you can do. If homeownership's not on your plate right now, maybe it is next year. Give us a phone call. We can run a real mortgage credit report. And by the way, those aren't consumer credit reports. Those do not affect your credit score in a negative fashion. So many families out there think they're afraid to have us run their credit
I
report.
was just going to say, tap into that for a second because
Yeah.
I tend to get that a little bit when, we always want to get people pre-approved. There's no sense in running around and getting your heart set on something that you can't, jump out and get today. But I get that plenty of times where I don't want to mess up my credit. They're going to ding it kind of thing.
Yeah, a consumer credit report will ding your score if you start wanting to shop for credit cards and automobiles, and you have 2 or 3 different institutions running it. It could knock off a point or so, but a mortgage credit report can be run as many times, I believe, within a 30-day period or forever. It's never affected someone's credit score. So the key is that if we have a copy of that, we can actually take a look at it, run it through our software program, and give you helpful tips to improve your credit score. A higher credit score gives you the possibilities of the best interest rates out there, and that's the key. Also, figure out what you can afford, sitting down with qualified mortgage people here, as you know, and then save for that down payment and closing costs. Build a healthy savings account. So many families often here, sometimes they're really squeaking to get into that house, or they're just struggling. They're getting a gift from a family member, just getting the 3%, getting seller's concessions. Give yourself a little cushion, you
Well,
know.
it's one thing
Start
about
that.
getting into the house, but listen, after you get into the house, there's the maintenance of the house, there's the utilities, there's the landscape, there's the, the blinds and the jerry priests, there's the furniture, there's everything that you have to put into the house. You're going to have to update. Maybe you have to update some appliances. All right, there's a major cost of home ownership, and it's not just getting into the house. What I like to hear, we hear this from people all the time. I can afford the monthly payment. It's the down payment I have a hard time coming up with. Well, yeah. I mean, yes, that's it. But that's part of buying a home is coming up with a down payment and making the monthly payment, the insurance, the taxes, the all the utility bills that come with it. If you want cable, right?
Right.
You want cable? Do you have cable on 15 TVs, Harvey?
I don't, actually. We're not crazy TV people, but
some people do.
Right.
So there's all those things that come with home ownership that there's a total cost of home ownership. But, getting in the house isn't necessarily the hardest part. It's staying in the house that could be harder.
Yeah, all those extra costs afterwards. I've got a cute, nice little couple that's buying a house right now with you. And I love it because they're actually being really smart about it and stepping back and saying, you know what, yes, we've got the money for this. We can afford this, but we're looking at, we might need to do this in 2 years. We might need to do this. And
right, you don't
they're actually
need to
being
do,
really smart about it.
That's
I
the great
love
way to
it.
go. You don't need to do everything all at one time. Okay, you do things systematically, do it over time. You're going to be there for a while. You might as well just take your time, and you might as well do it the right way. You don't need to throw everything in all at one time.
Yeah, home ownership is definitely the right step to gaining some really wealth as your life goes on. Of course, you need a roof over your head, too. When we come back, we'll give you a couple helpful tips on how to purchase a home and, of course, refinance a house if you haven't done that yet.
I've landscaped my house about 10 times since I've been in there.
Oh, yeah, 248-539-9797. Keep it here.
Hi, I'm Mike Daga from Mercedes-Benz of Novi. With all of the claims that various car dealers make today, the one claim you should care most about is from DealerRater.com. Every single DealerRater customer review is a real review by a real customer like you. Listen to what DealerRater just said about us at Mercedes-Benz of Novi. Mercedes-Benz of Novi is ranked the #1 Mercedes-Benz dealer in Metro Detroit for outstanding customer service and ranked #1 for customer satisfaction. No matter where you are from or what you drive, I promise, there is never ever any pressure here. We speak 5 different languages. Everyone is always welcome. You can see about 275 new Mercedes-Benz right now at MercedesBenzofNovi.com. We stock colors and trims you won't see elsewhere. We now have 5 SUV models. And I personally will make sure you get our very best price. Please stop in or call us today. And please see me when you get here.
There's savings, and then there's big savings. The kind of savings you can always find at your neighborhood Kroger. With low prices and delicious choices, plus personalized coupons and ClickList to help you shop and save anytime from anywhere. So you get more for less at Kroger.
Select packages of Kroger cheese are just $1.77 each. And red tomatoes on the vine are 77 cents a pound with card at Kroger.
Hey, we need gas, and we've got a bunch of fuel points, too.
Great, let's head to Kroger.
Now at Kroger, you can double your fuel points every weekend. Just download your double fuel point coupon at Kroger.com or clip it from the weekly ad. Then earn 2 times the fuel points when you shop Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays and redeem them for up to $1 off per gallon. Limited time offer. Some restrictions apply.
We saved $1 per gallon.
Gotta love those double fuel point weekends.
Fresh food, low prices at Kroger.
Hey, it's Jim. I can't take your call right now because I'm out trying to trade my kids for more data. What's that? I'm a bad dad? Ha! You try getting a data plan that has enough gigs for my family. And I thought braces were expensive. Silly me. We definitely need a switch.
Stuck in a dysfunctional family plan? Switch to Boost Best Family Plan right now and get 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for only $100 a month. With Metro PCS, you only get 2 gigs per line for the same price. That's 4 lines, each with unlimited gigs for only $100 a month. All powered by the fast and reliable Sprint nationwide network. Boost makes it easy to switch. Switching makes it easy to save.
Offer ends 6/1/17. Requires 1 line to port in. Lines include unlimited data, talk, and text. Video streams optimized at up to 480p plus resolution. Music at up to 500 kilobits per second and cloud gaming up to 2 megabits per second. Data deprioritization applies during congestion. Comparison based on Metro PCS's 2 gigabyte promo plan as of 4/25/17. For additional details, visit their website. Coverage and offers not available everywhere. Restrictions apply.
Find great gifts for mom and big home improvement savings during Menards Mother's Day sale. Right now, over $170
70 stock Fight LED light bulbs are on sale. The 60-watt replacement LED general purpose bulbs are available in soft white or neutral white. Pick up a 2-pack for only $2.99 each, or get a 3-pack of LED flood bulbs that replace a 65-watt incandescent in soft white or daylight. They're only $8.99 each. Plus, Menards gift cards are perfect for Mother's Day.
Save big money at Menards.
97.1 The Ticket is proud to join two hometown favorites, the Detroit Tigers and the Carmanis Cancer Institute, for the 6th annual Pink Out the Park, Wednesday, May 17th, when the Tigers face the Baltimore Orioles at Comerica Park. Pre-game ceremony begins at 6:30. Game time is 7:10. Come show your support and help us celebrate breast cancer survivors, honor loved ones, and raise awareness of breast health. The ticket package includes a limited edition Pink Out the Park t-shirt and a donation to support breast cancer research at Carmanis Cancer Institute. Get your tickets by going to tigers.com.
Even if you miss the game, we'll make you feel like you were there. 97.1 The Ticket.
We are back that soon. 9:46. What a gorgeous day outside. If you're just joining us, it's the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Always live here in the studio at 248-539-9797.
So, Harv and Stephanie, I was down in the D yesterday. Last night, went to the College for Creative Studies. They had, they had their graduates. They graduated last week, and they have their exhibition. And it's beautiful. These people are talented. Digital marketing, artists. They're unbelievable down there, and it was a fantastic show. If you ever get a chance to do that, they hold it every year around this time because that's when they graduate. The seniors graduate, and these people are talented. You're talking left side. You're talking about left side of the brain, creative individuals.
Yeah,
crazy,
great stuff down there.
Talented, beautiful stuff, and we couldn't be prouder going down there. Know a lot of people down there, and it's just a phenomenal event. So anybody who was there last night, go again today. Go tonight. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of great vibes here in Michigan. Of course, we got concerts next week. You and I are both checking out. That's the cool thing about Michigan.
Tell people I'm going to go to Hall & Oates for the 97th time at Joe Louis Arena. Is that what you're going to tell people? You're at Soundgarden, right?
Yeah,
that's
it's some crazy rock show or something.
Yeah,
but it's definitely a lot of fun. I was talking to some people at the gym this morning. I said, this time of year, living in Michigan, it's probably one of the best places around. You got the golf courses, the
because
water.
There's so much pent-up demand. You come out of winter, you're just waiting for spring, and you're just begging. Just be nice one day.
Everybody's happy right now. Good moods.
Everyone's happy.
We get beat up all winter long. Then we have one nice day. Everybody's all jacked up.
Oh, yeah.
248-539-9797. To break a couple myths out there, FHA spelled backwards is not Ask Harvey Freed. However, I do have 26 years.
It took you that long to come up with that.
No, I've had that for years.
Oh my God!
But there's a lot of great things about FHA loans, and and it's great to know what those things are and why an FHA loan would be so good for your buyer. And there's nothing wrong with an FHA loan. In fact, they close as fast as a conventional loan in just about all occasions. So, want to sort of give a little a pat on the back to FHA. 3.5% down purchases, sellers concessions up to 6%, lower credit scores are not frowned upon, and there's no difference if you have a lower credit score or a higher credit score.
There's a little bit more flexibility. And as you said, Harvey, all those myths of the old days of the 70s and 80s about FHA being tougher. Listen, if you're out there and you're a real estate agent, Steph, you can back this up. There's no difference. It's the same money. We fund the loan the same way as we do a conventional loan. A check's a check, money's money, wire transferred into the account. There's no difference between the way we do an FHA loan funding-wise and the way we do a conventional loan.
Exactly.
It's not. So when people say, listen, I would tell you this, the inspection, the appraiser is going to be very hard on FHA transaction. Listen, if you have safety issues, why would you want to buy that house in the first place? So if there's not a handrail on the stairs, or there's paint peeling, and the garage door's messed up, and the electrical wires are hanging out, why wouldn't you want those fixed before you bought the house? So, listen, there's no hiding behind the fact that, FHA is tougher. It's more difficult. It's laborious. It's not.
I'm glad you brought it up because if there are...
you brought it up. I'm just saying, you brought it here. Let's go with the program.
There's no repair.
You brought it up.
I brought it up.
I'm expanding on it. Okay?
It's not for low income either, Harry, because the loan limit in the Tri-County and across the state of Michigan, $275,665. This is not low income.
No.
There's no sign on your front porch that says the FHA is the financing on this. And there's no prepayment penalty. If you have the loan for a year or two, you build equity, your credit score goes up, and you're better off getting into a conventional mortgage, and that's going to save you, you can do that. So lots of great loans out there.
Money's money, funding's funding. Who cares where we get it from? See, it's who insures us. It's not on you. Somebody's going to call and say, but Harry, what about the MIP versus the PMI? Somebody want to have that intellectual conversation
No, it's
with
fine.
me this
So
morning?
what? I got all the numbers for you. It's 0.85%. Look, actually,
I'm starting it up. I'm finally waking up in the last
good.
segment. I'm jacked.
The mortgage insurance on an FHA loan is very similar to what it would be on a conventional loan. And we talked about health and safety issues. Even on a conventional appraiser, the appraisers are required, if there's wires and loose
You can
wires
still
hanging.
get dinged for things
Sure,
on there.
you-
The FHA appraisals
Thank you
are
very much.
The inspections are not bad,
Not
and
at
when you
all.
do have something pop up, it's minuscule. Okay, fix a GFCI outlet or put a handrail down the stairway.
Right.
If you kind of look ahead of time, as long as the house is not in rough shape and dilapidated,
Look, if you're-
FHA is pretty easy to
You
work
don't
with.
want to hide anything from the buyer.
We
You just
still
don't.
We still see peeling paint becoming an issue. You know what the truth is?
deal.
Your
Scrape it
listing
off.
agent, right?
Big
Your
deal.
listing agent should come and preview your house.
How about scrape it and paint
Yes.
it?
Scrape and
Scrape
paint
it.
it. Yeah, it doesn't have to be
I
perfect.
got
You
an
can
idea.
prime it.
Scrape it and paint it.
Scrape it and prime it, and then allow the colors of someone else to come in there and fix
That's
it up.
easy stuff to do.
Piece of cake.
Call
Hey,
the hire it done guys.
all right, fair
Have
enough.
them
Hey,
do
David
it.
out in Roseville. Welcome to our show, David. Good morning.
Hey, how you doing this morning?
Real good. Go ahead, sir.
Good. I've got a question. I got a pre-approval, and I've been looking for houses, and it seems every house I look at that I like, I call my agent, it's gone. I mean, the good houses are just just flying off the shelf. But my pre-approval has expired. What do I need to do to extend that?
Well, typically just call your loan officer up and reissue them the updated pay stubs and bank statements. They want to see that you're still on the job. That's all I need typically. Most of our approval letters are good for 60
David,
days.
nothing's changed with you financially, right?
No.
So you
I'm
call the
still-
guy up,
no,
nothing-
I'm still employed and everything like that, yeah.
You haven't bought out. You didn't go out and buy a Bentley or anything like that.
No.
All right, so then you
Everything's,
call your guy
I think,
up.
I think maybe the only thing that might have changed is I think my credit score probably went up.
All right, call your guy and say, listen, I need an extension. He should be able to do it in about 2 seconds.
Hey, David.
Okay, great.
David, what type of mortgage are you pre-approved for?
Conventional and FHA.
Oh, fantastic.
Nice.
So you're going to be looking 3% or 3.5% down. That's great.
Yes.
All righty. Well, we'd love to have you on board. If you're not a client of Capital Mortgage, maybe I can make you one after the show. Thank you for the call for sure, David.
I actually love that he mentioned conventional and FHA. That's not bad. So if you go in to make an offer, you could say, look, I'm going in with an FHA offer. And just to make you feel, more comfortable, I'm backed by a conventional, pre-approval, basically.
Yeah, that's fine. Just shows you're a little bit stronger. Maybe you have a few more assets. Maybe
Yeah.
your funds are all ready to go. You don't need 100% gifted money. Great stuff. 248-539-9797. Let's move off to Brian out in Plymouth. Good morning, Brian. You're live on the ticket.
Good morning.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, I'm thinking about buying a vacation rental home property, and before I do it, I just want to know, number one, can I get a mortgage? Can I get a second mortgage? And what other things I should know before I jump into it?
Yeah, definitely. You can get a second mortgage. And now you want to word this properly, though. A vacation home you can buy as little as 10% down. So that would probably be the way to go. Make it a vacation home. Whether you rent it out in the future, or, again, 6 or 8 months out of the year, you end up renting
That's
it.
none of our business.
Yeah, we don't know from that. That's down the road. But buy it as a vacation home at 10% down. Potentially that leaves a few more dollars in your pocket.
Yeah, what area are you looking at, Brian?
I'm sorry, is it where?
What area?
Like the Harrisville, Oscoda area.
Okay, good. Harry brought up Oscoda.
I had Oscoda on the list up there. I like
in the
it up
second
there.
segment, you brought
so,
it up.
like northern Alpena area, all that area, right?
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I love it over there. I used to hang out in East Tawas as a kid a little bit, and I just love that. I love the Lake Huron and that whole side. It's awesome.
Right.
Good stuff, my man.
Thank you.
Hey, good luck, Brian. I'll follow up with you and see if I can get you an approval letter and run all those numbers for you. It's nice to know what you qualify for when you're out there looking for a house. You need really that information behind you so you can move forward and make a great offer. You guys want to dive into something real quick here? We got a few more topics. Oh, you don't want to go? Of
course I do.
We're running out of time here, but real quick, Steph, a couple things came up. Maybe I'll sneak that in. A couple things came up over the week. After your home inspection, you made an offer on a house. You did the home inspection. There's a few things that are wrong. You're able to go back and renegotiate it a little bit within reason. Do you want to talk about that just a little bit?
Yeah, you can go back. You can get creative. So you can go back and actually ask the seller to do a couple things. Or, a lot of people don't want to do that. So I would go back and just make a monetary value to it.
Yeah.
Ask for a credit or concessions. It's pretty easy to negotiate after inspection as long as it's like legit stuff. You don't go in with a laundry list of items.
I'm a firm believer sellers know what the high points of their property are and the low points.
Oh, they know.
They know what's wrong with the property.
They're waiting for it.
So if you go back and you say, they're hoping you don't bring it up, but if you have a great inspector and you go ahead and you point some things out and it's not that expensive, my feeling is what? They're going to negotiate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, whether it's caulking of the windows, we've seen a lot of lack of insulation, especially here in Michigan, of course, with the Four Seasons. We get a lot of wear and tear on our roofs, really on the whole exterior of the home.
I find a lot of mold, actually. Mold is extremely common, and it sounds scary on the surface. It's pretty easy to deal with.
Yeah.
We've got companies that do a phenomenal job. It's easy. So
Yeah.
don't let that freak you out. There's ways to handle it.
Yeah, with the Four Seasons, not only do we get the mold in the attics, but it's not all poisonous black mold. It can be, though. Hey, you got a few things to go over. We'll jump into those. Go ahead.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of open houses going on right now. So if you want to grab a pen, we'd love to get you guys out here. So this afternoon today, we've got an open house going on in Royal Oak. It's listed at 240. It's 4223 Mankato Avenue in Royal Oak from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. We also have an open house today at 3419 Valley Brook in Brighton. That's from 1 to 4 p.m., listed at 269. We've got an open house tomorrow in Sterling Heights, 14570 Maciano. That is from 1 to 4 p.m. tomorrow. And we're actually starting to do some twilight open houses in the week.
Oh, that's cool. A little different,
so
yeah.
Tuesday, we've got one. This is kind of a cool property. It's a 6-acre property. It's in Romulus on Ecorse Road. That's on Tuesday from 5 to 7. And a really nice property in Oxford, Turnberry Court, listed for $749. That one's going to be on the 18th from 5 to 7.
Stephanie, I like that. I think you're doing something different there. I think,
Shaking it up a bit.
You got to shake it up. You're holding open house from 5 to 7 or 5:30, 7:30 when people can actually look at it. I think that's wonderful.
All right, and again, if you're a company out there and you want to get in touch with us for the Affinity program, we've got some unbelievable things we can offer your employees, and there's no cost to you at all.
Yeah, Bobby Afros at our office, 1-800-LOW-RATE. Give them a call.
There you go. In fact, 1-800-LOW-RATE to get that approval letter. That's going to do it for our show. I want to thank Stephanie Janica for coming in. Keller Williams and Novi. And of course, if you're interested in any of those open houses, be sure to call Keller Williams and Novi. Ask for Stephanie. She'll get you hooked up with all those listings.
Give us a call, 888-98-HOMES.
Fantastic.
888-98-HOMES.
We've got Pat Caputo coming up with sports and social commentary for Harry Glanz. I'm Harvey Freed. We will see you next Saturday. Thank you.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
What if I told you that buying or selling a home with our team meant that you get the opportunity to help out a local hero? Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. I'm proud to announce through our Glover's Hometown Heroes Foundation, if you are a school teacher, police officer,